Do you think the non-power conference teams really deserve a place in the playoffs, like a Utah? Well, no, Utah is in a kind of in the
They
power
they
conference.
they in a nice
Yeah, but shoot, my team for they messed it up. Memphis or something. Teams like that that's not in the SEC, that's not in the Big Ten, that's not in the even the what's the other one? Big 12, or the ACC. The ones that really matter to college football is the Big Ten and the SEC. All the rest of them on the outside looking in, but the Big 12 and the ACC are kind of above all the rest of the non-power teams. So, do you think the non-power teams really deserve a place in the playoffs, Mr. Davis?
if they win their conference, they deserve a spot.
Okay.
And that's my take on it.
Yeah.
Because SEC is so deep. Who if that's the case, you might just well do a SEC tournament.
Right.
No, if I
Right.
win my conference, this
Mm-hmm.
is what I love about NCAA double A basketball
Yeah.
because you can get the lower major play-in guy to
Right.
go into the 64 around the 64 and all the way down. So I don't want the listen to me. I don't want football to expand it to 64 teams. That's not
No.
what I'm saying.
No.
But when you have your conferences and they win their conference and
Yeah.
they won, I don't care how sorry the conference was, they won. They earned a spot to the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs. Let the football fall, let the chips fall where they may on that Saturday night when they playing in the playoffs to try to make it to a national championship.
Yeah, I think in football, a lesser team is much more lesser because the talent and all that. But I will say this, man. Like Rob said, if you win your conference, yeah, you should have a shot. If you win your conference, and any of those teams gonna have to be at least 12-1 or 13-0. They're not gonna be able to have 2 and 3 losses to even win their conference, right? So they're gonna have to
Right.
be a good team. They also got to be ranked. So they got to be at least decent enough. And sometimes one of them teams will mess around and beat somebody. But
Mm-hmm.
the argument for a lot of people when they say no, they shouldn't be in there is like, well, look at the schedule they play. You idiot! They don't get to play who they want to play. Cause say a team, a non South Florida right now that's playing good, right? Mess around and
Yep.
beat Florida this year, and they beat Boise, and they
They have
they
some good
they
wins.
they're the candidate right now because they got the best record, right? A South Florida can't just go get to play. Say we want to play LSU next year. Well, they gotta try to play LSU, and then those big conferences are saying, look, we want you to play more teams inside our league or another power team. So they may play one non-power team. Well, guess what? If they only gonna play one non-power team, they ain't gonna want that team that can actually beat them. They want to go play the sisters of the poor, so to
Citadel.
speak. You know what I'm saying? School for the
Citadel.
blind. That's what they trying to
Yeah.
get. They ain't trying to deal with nobody that can actually kick their tail. So I think it's a double entendre. I think it's bad for those lower level schools because all the lower level schools don't mean they broke. All of them lower level schools don't mean they ain't got money. Some of them just ain't been picked. That's all it
Right.
is.
What it
They
is.
operating just like the big schools. They just ain't got picked for the nice conferences yet. Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm wholeheartedly with you, bro. When you look at stuff like this, now I'm not saying put your HBCU people in or your Division 2
No,
or
no,
nothing like that. No,
no.
you have to be in that. I can't think of what it's called, but it's like a top 50, top something. You have to be at least top 50,
Yeah,
not even
yeah,
in the top 100. You got to be in the top 50 in order to make this happen, and you win your conference. Your conference got to be about something,
absolutely.
but even if you look at the play, even the Big Ten, or you look at some of these big powerhouse conferences are not ACC is not all that great. You
Oh
dig what I
no,
mean?
no.
Yet and
Mm-mm.
still, whoever comes out of there is going to be in the playoffs. They should be. You dig?
Right.
So, you uh, college football is just funny to me because
Oh,
for so many
it's
years it
hilarious.
has always been who the BS bowl system pick to get in there. Now we got the
Yeah.
playoffs, and it's messing up tradition and what they're used to.